Curry's out for game 2. Any sense already what the Warriors' expectation of his absence might be?
Not the Warriors' expectation yet. I was talking to a few team trainers over the last couple of days about, degrees of strain, trying to get a bit of an education on what hamstring strains mean. And the grade 1 strain, it generally means at least a week. It probably means closer to 10 to 14 days. This is the first time that Steph Curry has had to deal with a muscular type of injury. He's had kind of hand injuries and different knee injuries in the past, but he's never had an injury like this. So we don't know how his body is going to respond, and I'm sure he's going to do everything humanly possible to shorten that up. But this is one of those injuries, Rich, where if you don't get it right the first time, it's going to come back. Ask anybody that's ever had a hamstring injury. If you're not ready to run at full speed, and Steph Curry moves as much as any player in NBA history. Like, he is constantly
without the ball.
That's what I'm saying. Without the ball, he is constantly in motion. It's going to be tricky. It's going to be real tricky to see him coming back before the tail end of the series at the earliest.
Or if they're fortunate enough to advance, the Western Conference Finals, right? Because hamstrings, if you come back too soon, then suddenly you're out for more than just the foreseeable future. What do you think is the plan to make up for it? Who's going to be playing? Does Kuminga now get actually more minutes?
Kuminga is such a wild card in all this, right? Like, when everybody's healthy, he's not in the rotation.
Correct. When
somebody goes out, whether it's Jimmy Butler or now Steph Curry, he often finds himself back in the rotation, back playing heavy minutes. Kuminga is a huge talent. Like, we've seen him over the last couple of years be this versatile scorer, multi-levels, can defend a little bit, block shots at the rim. He's going to have to be huge. I love Jimmy Butler. I think he's a great player, but I don't think he can strap this team on his back and carry them the way that he did the Miami Heat during their final runs. Draymond Green, we know what his limitations are. This is going to have to be a series, I think, where Jonathan Kuminga and maybe to a lesser extent Brandon Podziemski steps up and plays a huge role and puts up numbers that are outsized what they usually do.
And Buddy Hield's just got to keep making threes.
Making threes. Sometimes he does, sometimes he doesn't.
Right.
But look, if you're at the Timberwolves, all of a sudden your defense can get that much better because you spent most of it keying on Steph Curry.
Right.
Now that you can kind of spread the defensive wealth, so to speak, you're going to have a better chance of defending. But that's a weird, like Anthony Edwards. You hear what Chris Finch said after the game last night? Basically, Anthony Edwards got to bring some energy, got to bring some effort. For 2 straight games, Anthony Edwards has stunk, right? They advanced against the Lakers, not because of Anthony Edwards. He was, I think the last 2 games, he's 12 of 41, 1 of 16 from 3-point range. Like, he was dreadful against the Lakers. He was dreadful last night in game 1. This guy's got to step up and play a bigger role. He is being branded, rightfully so, as one of the next faces of the NBA. Mm-hmm. He has not been good for the last couple of games for the Timberwolves.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show live weekdays from 12 to 3 p.m. Eastern on Roku Sports Channel in the U.S.